New Godruma Dham farm. New Godruma Dham. Godruma. So we like to welcome His Holiness Swami Bhakti Vigna Vinas Narasingha Maharaj and all of you to this farm. And His Grace Sitaram Lakshman Prabhu from Perth. So, who knows what is the meaning of Godruma? What is Go? Cow. Druma? What is Druma? Tree. So Godruma, so here we have cows and then we have trees. So we opened this farm in 2013 and around 2017-18 we were having problems in the farm. We almost closed it down. Very difficult to look after a farm. Cows, trees, weather and everything, water, no water, electricity, so we have many problems, and finance, so it was difficult. Because this is 400 acres. That means 1.35 kilometer by 1.35 kilometer square. 1.35 kilometer by 1.35 kilometer square. That makes 400 acres. So it's very big. If you have a house and you have a small garden, how easy is it to look after the garden? That is only about 20 by 30, maximum 600 square feet. So this is very big. And now in ISKCON, not many people like to come to farm. Most are in the city. People work in the factory. People work in the offices. People work in different places. Mostly everything is centered in the city. So logically, naturally, that is where they get their money, so they stay in the city. But Srila Prabhupada gave many warnings about this, many warnings about artificial living. From as early as 66, 67, continuously, he gave warnings about the city living. So he said you must also have farms. Every temple must have a farm associated with it. So we are doing something that we can, even though there are only a few of us here. People look after dogs, maybe 2 dogs at home. It's very difficult to look after a dog, maybe 2 dogs. So to care for cows, 87 cows, it's not easy. And same time we must do agriculture. And same time we must do cash crops and we must do long-term crops. So with no manpower, how to do? So then we have to use the bull power. So in Godruma Dham farm we have trees. We are growing as many coconut trees now. So the cows will graze around the trees. And then they will pass dung, pass urine and keep the grass clean. So if you see, you will see our farm, you will see many electric poles and electric wires. So the cow will eat around the tree but not the coconut tree. And we also save manpower because the cow lives within the electric paddocks, electric lines. So they are very low voltage electric lines. For us it will give a small shock, that's all. But for the cow, when the nose touch, it's very big. So they will respect the lines, they won't break through the fence. So our goal is to engage the cows and bulls. Gradually, they're all engaged in looking after the earth, the ground, and fertilize the ground. And the dung is used for fertilizers. We've got different type of fertilizers which we use. There is no waste. We don't throw anything. Everything, you see that small cubicle, we do 3 types of fertilizers over there. Everything is put back into the waste, all waste, grass, cow dung, cow urine, all. So when we live in the city, we buy our vegetables in the supermarket. So it is full of chemicals, pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, so many types of poisons. And then you take it, you put it in your kitchen, and then you put it in the pot, and then you cook with bhakti. And all this poison is offered to Krishna. Is it very good? Krishna said, Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam. He said, if you can offer me a leaf, a flower, a fruit, a flower, a leaf, a fruit, and water, I will accept it. Water is contaminated. We are drinking still water, still, they don't move. It's not very healthy. The flower is contaminated. You're offering Krishna full of chemicals. You smell, that's it. The incense that you offer Krishna is full of poisons. The World Health Organization did a research that among the temples, most people were affected with cancer or people in Taiwan. The most number of people affected with cancer from poisonous incense are people from Taiwan. Because they offer all this chemical incense and they inhale it and they get cancer and many other diseases. So Srila Prabhupada in his 6th or 7th goals of ISKCON aims, he said that you should live a natural, simple way of life. Krishna is asking you only one leaf, only little water, only one flower in Patram Pushpam, and that also we can't offer properly. But in a farm we can perform this easier. Our flowers are from our own garden. And we are having a lot of vegetables from our own garden. Our incense is from the cow dung. So we can do, it's not impossible. And we are trying to, Godruma Dham is trying to encourage people. Our next phase is to educate people how to grow vegetables in their house. We plan to give them our soil, we plan to give them our fertilizers, we plan to give them our seeds, and then by Zoom we will teach them how to grow, and that you can offer your deities at home. Similarly, the milk from the cow is tainted with blood because dairy industry means killing the cow and also taking the milk. At our farm, we take a little milk from the cow. We are not ready for dairy because when you go into dairy industry, it means the herd will expand tremendously. Until we bring our herd to about 60, then 60 or 70, then we will start dairy. Dairy means milk, cows which give milk, and we will take milk out of the cow. For now, we are just coping with the number because we got another farm in Jandabak, 20 acre, and there's too many cows there. So we are trying to bring all the bulls. You can see there is a new bull barn we have built. So we're going to bring most of the bulls, and then only the cows will remain there, the female mother cows. Then we will have to see in the few years if the herd goes down, then we can start dairy milk also. So Srila Prabhupada, he wanted Krishi Goraksha Vanijyam. Krishna himself 5,000 years ago, he was doing Krishi Goraksha, he was practicing this. Not only that, right in the middle of the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he said, you must do Krishi Goraksha. He also left an instruction for all of us to do Krishi Goraksha. Krishi Goraksha, cow protection and agriculture. So he himself did, and he left an instruction, and then Srila Prabhupada followed up by saying hundreds and thousands of times, do Krishi Goraksham, and many times when Srila Prabhupada stresses something, he tells 3 times, or in Shastra also it says 3 times. But when Srila Prabhupada saw they are not doing farms, he stressed 4 times. He said, farm, 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 at any cost. Then when they asked Srila Prabhupada, you are the farm acharya, he said, not me, it's Krishna Balaram. Krishna is the farm acharya. Farm acharya, the founder of the farm, or in charge of farms. So not only Srila Prabhupada is saying, but in the Vedic scriptures, everywhere it's written about cows.
不仅看看的什么生物，在伟大的各种经典当中都提到过母牛的保护。
Parasara Smriti mentions that 5 sins you cannot escape.
虽然说这母亲她说过有5种罪恶没有人能避免。
When you walk, you kill so many organisms.
我们走路的时候就会杀死很多微生物。
Oh, Maharaj, you can sit. Yeah, sorry. When you eat, you kill so many things.
我们吃饭的时候也会杀死很多微生物。
When you cook on the fire, you kill so many things.
我们在火上烹饪的时候也会杀死。
When you blend, you kill so many things.
我们搅拌呀这种东西的时候也会。
So Parashara Muni said, one of the ways by which you can get away from these sins
帕尔舍的目的就是说有一种方法可以让我们避免这些罪恶活动。
he says, Gavam Kanduyanam Kuryat, you massage the cow.
就是按摩母牛。
Gograsam, you feed the cows with grass.
以及给母牛们喂草。
Pradakshinam, you do circumambulation of the cow.
以及绕着母牛走。
Gosam Nityam Prasanatsu Gopalapi Prasidyati, then the cow will be very happy.
这种方式会让母牛们非常的快乐。
And Krishna will be very happy.
可是那也会非常的快乐。
So we come morning Mangalarati, we come to see Krishna.
早上曼巴尔蒂我们来见 Krishna。
When Krishna wakes up, he runs to the cow barn, he goes to see the cow early morning.
早上很早，他一醒来就跑去了牛棚去看他的牛。
So there's so much to say about the cow, so much to say about land. I won't take much of your time, but it is so important. So we are doing it. It is blessed by Srila Prabhupada. Then after the difficulties we had in 2017,
所以关于母牛、关于土地的话题，我们可以聊很久，但是不要花到时间。现在他讲到2017年他发生过困难的时候。
and reading how the cow can serve the society at large,
那个时候他们就在研究母牛能够去服务社会的。
not just by milk,
不仅仅是通过生产牛奶，
not just by dung,
不仅仅是牛粪，
not just by urine,
也不仅仅是牛的尿，
but the very fact the cow functions, and by religious rituals the cow blesses humanity at large.
就是牛它本身的种种作用，以及它在宗教传统当中的作用，就可以给整个社会带来祝福。
So this verse inspired me very much from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 11, Text 43.
所以圣典摩加瓦坛11点43当中有一个世节非常的激励他。
This is a very interesting verse.
一个很有意思的世节。
It's a long verse. There are 2 parts of the verse. It's very interesting.
这个世界很长，但是其中有2部分很有意思。
It says, Krishna says, Suryetyu Vidyaya Traya Havishagno Yajete Mam. It says that I am present in the sun.
奎师那说到，在太阳当中我存在。
By offering incantation like glorifications by Vedic mantras.
通过伟大的一些万陀罗曼法，去献上礼拜。
And then he says, Gosanga Yavasadina. That means I am present in the cows.
奎师那又说到，我存在于母牛之中。
If you take care of them,
如果你去照顾母牛，
if you feed them with grains,
如果你用谷物去喂养它们，
and grass,
用草去喂养它们，
and take care of their health and give them all paraphernalia.
如果你能够去好好的照顾它们，给它们所需要的一切。
So then we introduce this to many people that they can sponsor feed for cows and they give a small donation.
所以我们就和很多人分享了这方面这个事情，很多人会给我们布施。
You see, the Hindu community at large, they are not Hare Krishna,
在这边的印度教的大部分人群并不是哈瑞克什，
but they do follow Vedic scriptures to a certain extent.
但是大多数的人他们会遵循伟达的这
at least the ritual aspect of it, ritualistic aspect.
至少韦达经当中的一些仪式，他们是尊重的。
One of it is their forefathers. They do prayers for their forefathers, ancestors.
其中的一点就是祖先对于祖先的祭祀。
This is also mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam.
这个也在国家瓦坛当中提到。
Then every Amavasyas, dark moon,
每一个黑月
or full moon, Purnima.
满月的时候，
On that day, if they sponsor feed for cows, then it's a blessings for their forefathers.
当这个日子呢，如果他们能够去给牛布施，对这些祖先是有益的。
So like this, many of our supporters are not necessarily Hare Krishna. They are from the wide community who believe in Vedic scriptures and who want to serve the cows. And this way we developed our farm after 2018 without taking 1 cent from any temple.
所以通过这些人的布施，我们在2018年之后就能维系这个农场，并没有从任何的庙宇那边拿到过钱。
Having faith in Srila Prabhupada's word.
我们对他们的话有充分的信心。
Wealth means land and cows.
Well,
Yes.
财富意味着母牛以及土地。
And then we get buses, we get opportunity to preach to people about Krishna consciousness when they come here in the weekends.
然后有些人会坐着大巴在周末来到这边，我们就有机会和他们分享，教育他们。
So like this, we are carrying out our service, and we intend to put a lot of coconut trees here and vegetables, and the cows graze among them, they function, and then gradually we will have bullock carts, then we'll have dairy, and we pray to Krishna that he blesses us and the Vaishnavas, that we get these blessings, and we can continue with this service of the farm. Hare Krishna.
所以这种方式，我们经营的这个地方，我们希望不久将来我们能有这个牛车以及一些乳制品去维系我们经营。所以希望得到Krishna的祝福。
Yeah. Now I'd like to invite His Holiness Bhaktivinoda Narasimha Maharaj to give his address. Stand up. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Om Agyana Tamarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Tatsuran Militanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Vanchakalpa Darubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vaevacha Patitanam Pavan Hidyo Vaishnavidyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 So Srila Prabhupada often talked about how the modern civilization and its development in terms of industrialization, that it could never be successful. Just building big factories and having more and more industries, it cannot continue forever. Huh? 不能发展，没有方式。
这种方式是没有办法去真正的有作用的。
So, Srila Prabhupada wanted to encourage the devotees in an alternative lifestyle depending on nature.
所以他们想鼓励奉献者去获得一种另外一种生活方式，我们依附于大自然的方式。
can see Kuala Lumpur now out. They're building so many big, tall, high-rise buildings, apartment buildings, more and more people coming to the city.
在吉隆坡，我们可以看到他们建了很多这种高楼大厦，越来越多的人来到城市里面。
Where are they coming from?
这些人从哪里来呢？
They're coming from the countryside.
从乡村过来。
And the result is that the countryside is being neglected. Nobody is taking care of the countryside.
结果就是没有人在农村了，农村就没有人照顾了。
Some places in India, when it comes to time to plant rice, there are no people available to plant the rice.
有的时候在印度，到了播种水稻的季节，甚至都没有人力去做这些农活。
All the people have gone to work in the factory.
所有的人都跑到工厂上班。
You go to the villages, all the young people are not there.
我们去到农村里，没有年轻人在的。
We've all gone to the city, working in the factory or some office somewhere.
年轻人都跑到城里面去办公室、去工厂做工。
So the countryside is being neglected.
所以乡村就受到了很大程度的忽视、忽略。
So we need to show an example to people how life can be very satisfying and nourishing by living off nature in the countryside.
所以我们想要给人们做一个榜样，在农村的生活，它可以是令人满足的，是可以带来快乐的。
Srila Prabhupada said in the villages in his days, as a young boy, he saw how people lived in the villages.
帕帕德说，在他小时候，他见到人们在乡村的生活。
So they had a small piece of land and they could grow everything they needed.
每个人有一小块土地，可以播种自己想种的任何的东西。
And they would often have a cow, and the cow would provide some milk.
通常也会有母牛，然后会有一些牛奶。
And in this way they could live very happily.
大家以这种方式快乐的生活着。
However, with industrialization, people became more greedy. They wanted to get more money.
随着工业的发展，人们变得越来越贪婪，想要获得更多的金钱。
And they sacrificed a lot just to get money.
为了获得金钱，他们做出了很多的牺牲。
They sacrificed their health for one thing.
其中的一个牺牲就是他们自己的健康。
Go to work in a factory in a very unnatural environment.
在工厂上班，在一个非常不自然的环境去生活。
Live in very crowded conditions. Eat food which is very unnatural and not properly produced in an organic manner.
所以他们吃的食物也是不自然的，就是有害的食物，不是有机的食物。
Yeah. Just like in Taiwan they grow fruit, but the people who grow the fruit, they will never eat the fruit because they know they've used so many chemicals.
在台湾这些种水果的人从来都不会吃自己种的水果，因为他们知道这个水果生产的过程加了很多的化学。
And similarly in China, the people who grow the fruit and the vegetables, they're very careful not to eat it because they know they put so much chemicals into it.
在中国也是，这些种菜的人、种水果的人，很多也不会吃自己种的东西，因为他知道在这个过程当中有多少的化学物质被放了进去。
So nowadays you go to the shop, you want to get something healthy, they'll tell you, oh, organic vegetables, organic fruit. They'll say organic, and the price will be 2-3 times higher than the normal price.
现在我们去到超市
it's going to be much more expensive. It's grown without any chemicals, it's grown without any pesticides, without all that thing, but the price is much greater than the original.
所以这些有机食品虽然它们没有加到这些除草剂，也没有化学物品，但是价格要高很多。
And if you want milk, you get milk. They'll tell you this is fresh milk from Australia or New Zealand, and it's been pasteurized and homogenized. It's been treated to so many chemical processes to make it long life.
如果我们想买牛奶，会有一些牛奶是来自于澳大利亚或者新西兰的牛奶，但是为了让这个牛奶能够保质很久，就会加很多化学的物品。
But if you get fresh milk from the cow, it's very healthy and it's very beneficial for people at all stages of life.
如果我们能从奶牛这个地方获得新鲜的牛奶，是很健康，对于所有年龄的人都很有益的事情。
Young children need milk. It's very important for their growth. They can develop a good brain by drinking cow's milk.
小孩子喝牛奶的话，有利于他们的成长，可以帮助他们大脑的发育。
And old people also benefit by drinking cow's milk.
老年人喝牛奶也会获得好处。
So milk is very important substance. In some countries, I know in England, the government will subsidize the milk just to make the price lower, to encourage people to drink it because it's so good for their health.
牛奶很重要，在英国一些国家，政府甚至会去补贴大家，补贴这个牛奶，所以大家可以得到价格更低的牛奶。
So we want to try to produce things like organic foodstuffs and fresh cow's milk. These things are actually gifts of nature, but in the modern civilization, they're not available.
所以我们想要去生产这些有机的食品、新鲜的牛奶，但是在现代社会当中，这些东西，我们并不能常常见到。
You can get luxury cars with all kinds of microchips.
我们可以获得这种高级的汽车以及高级的芯片。
You can get the latest technology. You cannot get proper milk or fresh vegetables.
我们有最新的技术，但是没有新鲜的牛奶。
So there's a lot of land. Land is available. It just takes people to be willing to put some labor into it and to work hard to cultivate the land.
我们有大量的土地，所以土地并不是事情，但是我们需要有人愿意去做这些事情，需要人力。
It's not easy to live off the land. It takes some hard work, but it's a very healthy and very rewarding life.
所以做农活，在土地上生活，并不是一件简单的事情，有的时候很辛苦，但是需要有人愿意做出这种牺牲来。
Farming is the most pious profession.
农耕是最虔诚的职业之一。
Most people today, their professions are not pious.
很多人他们的职业并不虔诚。
But if you work on the land, you take care of the cows, it's a very pious activity.
但是在土地上耕种、照顾母牛是非常虔诚的活动。
So Srila Prabhupada would come and visit some of the farm projects. He would come and personally visit to see how the devotees were farming.
爸爸的亲自的去参观那些农场，然后看父亲的是如何去照顾这些土地的。
He liked to see the devotees living in this way.
当他见到父亲者以这种自然的方法生活的时候，他会非常的开心。
I was in Europe this summer and I visited some countries like in Sweden. In Sweden they have a eco-village there where devotees are living.
这个夏天呢，我在欧洲待了一阵子，在瑞典，他们有一个生态农场。
The devotees have acquired quite a big property there with some forest land.
奉献者在那边获得了一个很大的土地，有一些森林，
And they have some cows,
也有奶牛。
not many cows, but they have regular supply of milk from the cows.
奶牛的数量不多，但是能够规律性的给大家提供牛奶。
And they're growing flowers and vegetables for their use.
也会种鲜花、蔬菜来维系生活。
And the devotees, particularly the grihastas, those in family life, they find it very convenient to come and live there with their family.
居士呢，觉得在那边生活非常的方便，和他的家人一起过去。
They're given a piece of land and they can construct their own house. They're given some land.
他们会给这些人一块土地。
And they bring the children there, and in this way, they're away from the city environment.
他们也会把小孩子带到这个有机农场去，让他们远离城市。
The city environment is not very healthy, and it's not conducive for spiritual life.
城市的生活并不利于我们灵性的成长、灵性生活。
But the children brought up in the countryside, away from the city, in the association of devotees, then they're greatly benefited.
当这些孩子在奉献者的联谊以及自然的环境中成长，他们会非常的受益。
So in Sweden they have this nice farm, and then in Belgium they have also another community in a place called Bangladesh.
在瑞典有这样一个农场，在比利时他们也有这样一个地方。
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh
They have a very old, big palace which has been converted into a temple.
有一个很古老的宫殿被他们转成这个不是被
Temple. Make a temple.
这个古老的宫殿变成了一个庙。
And the devotees also acquired houses, property nearby, and they live nearby and come regularly to the temple.
在比利时的这个庙呢，奉献者就在庙的周围安置了一些土地，他们可以住在庙的附近。
And they find some way to maintain themselves.
然后他们想办法去谋生。
One man, he was an artist, and he was painting birds, pictures of birds, different birds on pieces of wood.
有一个奉献者，他是一个画家，他会画各种各样子的鸟类。
He's able to sell these, and he can maintain himself.
他把自己的画卖掉，可以维系自己的生活。
Someone else made a bakery, and they're baking different cake and buns and so on, and they can sell them and maintain them.
另外一个奉献者呢，他是一个烘焙师，可以做各种各样的蛋糕、点心，然后出售。
Some other people are doing internet work, and they're able to get some income through their work on the internet.
也有一些人在网络上工作，以此获得收入。
Different ways devotees use their initiative to find ways to support themselves.
所以这些奉献者通过各种不同的方式来维系和支持自己的生活。
And they live together in a community.
他们一起生活在这个社区里面，
They help each other, and they take care of each other.
他们会彼此支持，然后照顾对方，照顾彼此。
So that is Krishna conscious, that's the Krishna conscious environment. Live together in harmony with Krishna in the center.
这就是 Krishna 之学，大家住在一起，和谐的住在一起，把 Krishna 放在中心。
You can see in the city life, devotees are all scattered. They live in so many different areas, or far away from each other.
我们可以在城市当中看到奉献者一般住的彼此之间比较远、分散的。
they don't have association regularly with devotees.
也没有办法固定的和大家联谊，
They're living far away from the temple.
住的离庙宇也远。
And when they come for the program, they say, "Oh, traffic is so bad."
他们来参加节目，总是说：“哎呀，交通总是堵车。”
But they're living so far away from the temple.
但原因是住的地方太远了。
They should be living near. They should be living near to each other. They should be living together as a community.
他们应该住的彼此之间近一点，离中心近一点。
So we have communities like that. Similarly, in New Mayapur in France, they have an ancient house there, an old house, which has been restored, and the devotees are living there and worshipping deities and having regular programs.
在法国有一个地方叫做西玛雅普附近省，在那边也是有一栋房子，把它装成了庙宇，然后大家会在那边拜神像。
Similarly, in Spain, devotees also have a farm. They have a big farm.
在西班牙也有大农场。
The devotees are living there with each other. They have a school. They have a nice temple program.
在西班牙的这个农场呢，地方很大，大家在那边也有学校，建筑一起住在那里。
It's very conducive for our spiritual life to live together, to live near the temple, and to have association with devotees.
这种方式对于我们的灵性生活非常的有好处，在庙宇附近生活，在附近的这个群体当中生活。
And if you can live, if you're fortunate to get some land, you can use that land to grow things like vegetables and flowers.
如果你足够幸运，可以获得一个土地，你可以在土地上种鲜花、种蔬菜。
We want to encourage that kind of lifestyle for the devotees. Yeah, we want to encourage living in that manner.
我们希望鼓励大家去过上这样的生活方式。
It may be difficult in the beginning. We're not brought up in that kind of life.
刚开始的时候去接受可能会有点困难这种生活方法。
It takes some time to get used to it.
需要一段时间适应。
But it's worth the trouble.
但是付出这个代价是值得的。
And we have the greatest respect for the people who are able to dedicate their life to this kind of life.
那些能够去崇尚这种生活方式的人，我们对他们是非常尊重的。
It's very much in the mode of goodness. You live in the countryside, you're associating with the mode of goodness.
当我们住在乡村的时候，是善良型的生活。
You live in the city, you're associating with the mode of passion.
城市的生活是属于激情心态的。
And if you live near the bar and the nightclubs and these kind of places, then you're in the mode of ignorance.
如果你住在酒吧呀、俱乐部的附近，是愚昧心态。
So our living condition, our environment is very important.
所以我们生活的环境其实非常的重要。
We need to try to make our lifestyle more natural.
我们应该尝试让自己的生活变得更自然化。
We should try to be more in the mode of goodness.
尝试更加的处在更多的善良心态之中。
Then from the mode of goodness, then it's much easier to come up to the level of pure goodness.
从善良心态来到纯粹的善良心态会更加的容易。
But when we're caught up in passion and ignorance, then it's a long way up to get up to pure devotion.
如果我们被捆绑在激情心态、愚昧心态当中，来到纯粹的善良心态，就是很长的一段路了。
So we're meant to cultivate the mode of goodness.
我们应该培养善良心态。
We're meant to be in the countryside said we're meant to be knowing about nature.
我们应该生活在乡村，去了解大自然。
We want to learn how to properly live on the land in harmony with Lord Krishna.
我们想学会如何在土地上和谐的跟土地和谐的共存，去爱护上。
You get devotees nowadays, they don't know how to grow vegetables.
有说见者会说，我都不知道怎么种菜。
They never planted anything. They never did any gardening.
从来没做过这种农活，没种过东西。
They drive a car very expertly.
他们可以很熟练的开车。
They're very expert using their mobile phone and computer.
熟练的用手机和电脑。
But they never bent to get down on the ground and plant seeds and grow plants and grow flowers and vegetables.
但是从来都没在土地上弯下腰去种菜呀、种花呀、种种子。
They never took care of the cows. They never cleaned the cows, fed the cows, or milked the cow.
他们也从来没有去喂过牛、挤过牛奶，照顾过母牛。
And you get people, they think, oh, cow's milk, is it okay if I have camel's milk?
当你跟有的人提到母牛和牛奶的时候，有的人会说，那我喝骆驼奶可以吗？
And they want camel's milk, goat's milk. They think it's all milk. Oh, what's the difference?
所以骆驼奶啊、羊奶也是这个奶的有什么区别呢？
Yeah, there is a difference. Because the cow is the symbol of the mode of goodness. So the milk of the cow has very special qualities, which is not in any other milk.
是有区别的，因为母牛的这个奶是属于善良情态的，和其他的奶类是不一样的。
In India, they have a lot of buffaloes, so they often give you buffalo milk instead of cow's milk.
在印度有很多水牛，他们也会有水牛奶。
And if you drink buffalo's milk, you'll end up getting a buffalo brain.
如果你喝水牛奶，你会就长出水牛一样迟钝的脑子。
Not something we really want.
我不想要这种迟钝的大脑。
We do value the cow, and we value the products of the cow. Very useful.
牛它的产品，它生产出来的产品是非常有用的。
The gobar, the cow dung can be used for many things.
牛粪也有很多用途。
And the cow urine, you can drink it. It's a very good medicine.
牛的尿我们可以去饮用它，它甚至可以作为一种药材。
It's an Ayurvedic medicine, very good for the liver.
它是阿育吠陀的阿育吠陀的一种药，对肾脏很好。
If you drink the cow urine, you can become very healthy.
如果大家可以喝牛的这个尿，其实是对有好处的。
But we're so ignorant, we don't know these things, we don't understand the values.
但是我们非常的无知，不知道这些东西的力量。
But in the Ayurveda, it knows about these things, it tells you.
但是在阿育吠达当中会讲到这些。
So, in India, in our own temple in Vrindavan, they're selling different products from the cows.
在我们的本沙文的庙，他们会出售牛生产的各种的东西。
They're selling the medicine, they're selling the toothpaste, the soap. It's all made from the cow.
他们会出售药材呀，或者甚至牙膏，都是来自于这个牛的。
It's made from the products of the cow, the urine of the cow.
是来自于牛的各种的产品啊，比如说它的尿啊。
And the best cooking is done on cow dung, gobar. If you cook on cow dung, you'll never believe the taste. It's so wonderful.
烹饪最好的材料就是牛粪，用牛粪作为燃料。如果你尝过在牛粪上烹饪的食物，你会觉得它太美味了，不可思议。
food cooked on gas is not as good as cooked on cow dung.
我们烹饪会用燃气啊这些东西。
Food cooked on electricity is worse.
燃气比牛粪要差。如果用电，就是电锅去做饭，比燃气更差。
Of course, today most places are cooking on electricity.
最糟糕的就是电力的这种电锅。
It's not the best method of cooking.
它不是烹饪最好的方法。
But you have some cow dung to make a nice stove, and you get a lot of heat, and you can cook very nice.
牛粪它可以产生很多的热量，这个燃料，你可以很好的去烹饪做饭。
So we're trying to bring back these traditional things which have been forgotten in the course of time.
所以我们尝试去带回这些已经流失的这些方法、生活方式。
A lot of things in the course of time they get forgotten and we replay those things. This is better, this is more modern, this is quicker, but we lose a lot of things.
随着时间呢，大家发展出可能更节省时间的、更快速的一些方法，但是并非最好的方法。
So they talk about fast food. Fast food means junk food with no nutrition, no real benefit.
大家会有垃圾食品或者说快速的食品，这些食品没有任何的营养价值。
The longer it takes to cook something, the better the value, the more nutrition will be there.
需要烹饪时间越多的食物，它的营养价值就会更高。
But people, Kali Yuga, were so impatient. We don't have that patience to do things. We want everything to be done very quick.
在卡利年代，大家并没有耐心，想要立马就做完所有的事。
But you come and live in the countryside, you learn to be patient. You learn to control your mind and senses.
如果你来到乡村生活，就会学会慢下来，有耐心的生活。
If you're having trouble with your passion, you get angry easily and so on, will be good for you to come and live in the countryside.
在乡村会让你学会控制自己的感官和心意。如果你经常愤怒生气的话，来到乡村生活就会能让你平和下来。
Come and live on the land, and you learn to be tolerant and patient.
在土地上生活，你就会变得有耐心。
Work with the land, bend down, dig the ground, get your hands a bit dirty, get your nails full of dirt.
在土地上工作会让你的指甲、你的手都变得脏兮兮的。
But be out there in the sunlight, in the fresh air.
但同时你会在阳光和新鲜的空气之下，
It is a very healthy environment.
是一个很健康的环境。
And if you're working with the cow, it's also a very healthy environment.
如果你的环境里有牛，照顾它们也是一个很健康的环境。
There was one prison where they had some very violent prisoners who had committed murders and so on, and they were in the prison. They were going to be there for life, and they were very nasty, angry people.
有一个监狱，这个监狱的犯人很多时候是谋杀，犯了谋杀罪啊，或者说一些非常暴躁的这种犯人。
So they were put to work with the cows, to go and clean the cow barns, to brush the cows, to clean the... And after they'd done this for some months, they became changed. They actually lost a lot of their passion and anger, and they became gentle.
然后他们就让犯人呢去牛棚里打扫牛棚，去给牛按摩、刷它的毛，喂牛。再过了一段时间，发现这些犯人他变得没有那么暴躁，没有那么愤怒了。
So that's the result of the association.
这是和母牛联谊的结果。
As associate with the mode of goodness, we will also be good and we will also come to the mode of goodness.
和善良心态联谊，我们就会逐渐培养出善良心态。
So we'll come here today to get that association with the mode of goodness.
所以今天我们来到这边，就获得了善良心态的联谊。
Come and see the cows, see how people are farming, Christians here.
见到母牛，见到他们是怎么农耕的。
Okay, any questions?
大家有任何的问题吗？
Yes? Say Romani.
现在中国政府大力推广这个整形的项目，就是说是对人体是有非常大的危害，可能导致癌症啊，或者是一些人夫妻那个不孕。这个怕的对这个美达这个文化，这个美达这个在农村这个计划是销毁费的。我想不到，那这样的话，就我们中国的人口会大量减少，这里可以学梦，那这也是对大其他安排。
So Chinese government is encouraging this genetic alteration of the plants and crops. They're doing some genetic change for the plants. Mataji is saying these kind of new methods, they say will reduce the population of China to a great extent because it's very harmful. She asked, is that also Krishna's plan?
No, it's not Krishna's plan, it's Maya's plan.
不是 Krishna 的计划，是玛雅的计划。
Right? It's a plan of the material energy. Because under the influence of Maya, people are in illusion that they can control the material nature.
是物质能量的影响，物质能量的计划，因为在这种能量之下，人们觉得自己能够控制自然。
They want to control the material nature. They're thinking that by their technology, by their brain power and their speculation, they will manipulate the material nature to do what they want.
他们觉得通过自己的科技，通过自己的大脑，可以去让自然做自己想要的事情。
They would like to grow enough to feed the whole of the world from one window box.
他们想通过一个小小的窗户就能去改造整个世界。
They're trying to produce more and more food on less and less land.
他们想要通过更少、越来越少的土地生产越来越多的作物。
And they'll have more and more land for their factories, and they'll grow more and more food in little window boxes.
更多的土地，他们希望来建立工厂，小小的地方来种菜。
So that is not Krishna's plan, that is their plan, which is under the influence of Maya.
不是奎师那的计划，是他们自己的计划。这种计划是由玛雅的能量产生的。
They're trying to conquer the material nature, but they can never succeed.
如果我们想要去战胜自然，这是永远都不可能的。
Whatever they will try to do will always fail.
他们所有的尝试终将失败。
Of course, they will always have many plans and promises. They will say, in the future, very soon, we're going to do these wonderful things.
他们会有各种各样的承诺呀、计划呀，说在未来我们可以做到这个或者那个。
We call it the post-dated check. Post-dated check. I have a checkbook. I have no money in the bank. I'm a poor man, but I'll give you a check for $1 billion. In the future, you can cash it.
这个有点像赊账啊，说我现在做不到，但是我给你承诺，或者说我多少期在年之后我可以做到实现。
Right? Today I'm poor, I have nothing, but I have a checkbook. Let me write you a check.
就像一个人说，我今天没有钱，但是我可以赊账，我日后一定会成为很有钱的。
I'll give you my check.
把支票先给你，
And in the future you can go to the bank.
未来你可以去银行把钱提出。
Today, if you go to the bank will laugh at you.
那你拿着这个支票去到银行，这个银行会笑你。
But in the future, I will be rich.
那未来呢？这个人说我一定会有钱的。
Then you can cash your check.
这个时候你可以把钱取出来。
Right? Do you believe me?
你会相信他？
You want my check?
想要这个支票吗？
If you take my check, you're a fool.
如果你接受，你就是一个傻瓜。
So we get these promises from the materialistic people.
我们从物质主义的人那里得到这种承
The
诺。
economists, the scientists, the politicians, the governments, they're speaking big things.
像是一些经济学家、一些科学家、一些政府的人，
In the future, we will do this.
他们说在未来我们会做这个做那个。
They're saying in the future, everyone's going to live to be 150.
说在未来每个人都会活过150岁，
Is that something to look forward to?
期待吗？
Hmm? To be 150 years old, could you imagine your physical condition?
150岁已经想到自己躯体处在什么状况之下吗？
You cannot hear anything, cannot see anything.
不见看不见，
What's the point to live to that time? There's no purpose.
活那么大岁数有意义吗？
But people are thinking, oh, very wonderful, very great. In the future, we will live a long time.
大家觉得，哎呀，好棒呀，在未来我可以活那么长时间。
So the same way, people are they're talking about producing more and more food from less and less land.
同样的道理，他们想用越来越少的土地去产出更多的作物来。
Bringing the fertilizers, and they're bringing all the insecticides and the pesticides, the different chemicals. You see, now you can grow more food.
他们产出各种各样的化学呀、化学肥料、除草剂，说现在也可以增加产量了。
And they grow food, but it's full of chemicals.
产量是能产出来，但是是充满了化学物质的。
It's all full of different poisons, and we're taking them every day.
有各种有毒的物质，我们每天食用的就是这些有毒的食物。
So we should understand what is actually good for us and what is not.
我们要知道什么是真正对我们有益的，什么是对我们没有好处的。
When I was a child, we used to drink water regularly from the tap.
我是个孩子的时候，我们水龙头接的水可以直接喝。
Today, nowhere do people drink water from the tap.
现在没有人能喝水龙头接的水了，
Everyone's drinking this water in plastic bottles.
大家都喝这个装的矿泉水。
And it's all affected by plastics.
这个塑料啊，会影响我们的。
Plastics are everywhere, and they're polluting everything.
塑料到处扔的都是，然后污染了所有的地方。
And we're drinking the water.
我们喝这种的水，
So nothing is pure anymore. Nothing is healthy. It's all garbage, food, terrible environment. The air is all polluted. Everything is polluted and contaminated. And we're living with it all.
所有的一切都被污染了，没有什么是纯粹和纯净的了。但是我们现在就和这些被污 染东西生活在一起，空气也被污染了，水也被污染，所以这就是垃圾。
And you can see more and more disease, cancer. So many people are dying every day from cancer.
现在越来越多的疾病，癌症，很多人因为癌症，越来越多人去世因为癌症。
Have they got any cure for this?
对此，我们有什么方法呢？
No, they're saying in the future.
针对癌症的话，他们也说未来会有方法。
Everything is promises.
他们提的一切都是未来承诺。
But we're not impressed. We're not taken in. We're not going to be tricked by their promises.
但是这些承诺没有带来实际的效应。
We want to see what they can do now.
我们想看他们现在能有什么行动，实际的。
All they do is talk.
但是这些人只会讲话，
They talk very big,
讲的话很大，
but where are the results? There's no result.
但没有任何结果。
So we should understand the nature of the world. How there are simply two people. There are the cheaters and the cheated.
所以在这个世界当中有两种人，一个是那些欺骗大家的人，一个是被欺骗的人。
So we don't want to be cheated any longer.
我们不想再被骗了。
We want to take knowledge from the scriptures, hear from the Shastra, hear from Srimad Bhagavatam. What is the real nature of life and how to live properly according to nature's plan.
所以我们想要去经典那边，从经典当中接触到，从书里的加瓦坛当中获得真正的知识，什么适合自然风土的生活方式。
Understand?
大家理解吗？大家明白了吗？
Any other question?
大家还有其他的问题吗？
我们都生活在城市当中的这种事情，我们也想更多的善。
Can you repeat this?
This one he was saying like most of the people live in the city these days, so practically how we can move towards like this kind of farming lifestyle, community. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. So of course Krishna consciousness is the best. We have temples and all that. We must do that first. Then we can also side by side we can practice this type of lifestyle even in your house. If you have 100, 200 square feet of land, you can farm. You can farm in that land, and then you can offer that which you farm in your land, offer it to Krishna. Or 1.5 hours journey from the city, if you have, you say that first.
所以我们现在呢可以实现起来这种生活。虽然你生活在城市，你可以在农村有一块地，离你不太远的地方，你可以开车过去，在这个地方你可以种植一些东西。
I think it is Gandhi, the Indian, not president, but he was a freedom fighter for civil disobedience against the British occupation. He said that God made the village and man made the city.
甘地呢，在印度的这个自由主义的英雄，就是反对英国主义的英雄甘地，他说 神创造了自然，它是创造了城市。
So Godruma Dham farm, we say our family is a family, F-A-R-M-I-L-Y.
在这个农场，我们说我们的家庭是family， 在英文是家庭的意思。他说，我们把这个家庭叫做family， 就是农场之家。
That's how originally people lived. More people in the olden days, they lived in farms rather than the cities.
最初的时候呢，其实更多的人是生活在土地上，乡村中。
So currently, practically, if you have a Hare Krishna farm nearby, 1.5 hours journey is not very long for you to come on weekends.
如果我们现在居住的，即使在城市里边，在农村，可能1个小时、1个半小时，有这样子一个土地 Hare Krishna 也不是很困难。
If you don't have that, of course, I said earlier, you can farm in your house, or a few devotees can get together, buying 2 acres of land somewhere, 30, 40 minutes or 50 minutes or 1 hour, and you can also do some farming, who know, you know.
即使你现在没有一个土地在自己家里，也是可以种植一些东西的。但是几个奉献者也可以聚在一起，比如说大家一起买一个2公顷的土地，离种的地方不会太远。
When Prithu Maharaj, the cow didn't want to give, Mother Earth did not want to give, produce, didn't want to, because of the previous heinous king, Mother Earth withdrew her support to humans. Prithu Maharaj chastised her.
当大地母亲不想要再生产的时候，因为前一任的君主并不是非常的好，所以大地母亲拒绝去生产产物的时候，Prithu Maharaj就批评了他。
Prithu Maharaj was the incarnation of God. He could have easily started farming. He could have started a fertilizer factory. He could have started a chemical fertilizer factory. He could have started an organic fertilizer factory, but he didn't do any of that.
Prithu Maharaj 他是神的化身，他其实可以自己去开展这个工厂呀，或者说化肥厂，但他并没有这么做。
He could have done artificial farming, vertical farming, all this modern type of farming. He didn't do that.
他可以做我们现在的这种工业化生产，但他没有这么做。
He did what Srila Prabhupada said, natural, simple way of living.
他做的是他看的倡导的自然简单的生活方式。
He said, Mother Earth, you must give.
他说大地母亲你必须要生产。
So if we don't respect Mother Earth will not reciprocate.
如果我们不尊重大地母亲的话，他就不会回应我们。
So his chemicals, everything, nutrients are coming from Mother Earth.
其实呢，所有的这些化学物质、化学元素也是来自于大地。
So Srila Prabhupada said this. He said from the hills the rain flows and all the nutrients come towards the valley and the plants are fertilized.
帕帕德说，从山坡上下雨，雨水把所有的这些化学元素冲刷下来。
So you have to make a choice. Do you want to offer chemicals to Krishna? Do you want to offer poisons to Krishna? Putana was the first demon who gave poison, and we are still carrying on with Putana's program. We should get away from that program.
所以我们自己需要做出选择，是想把这些化学有的东西供奉给维什纳呢，还是自然的？布塔纳是第一个把有毒的东西给到维什纳的，我们仍然追随着布塔纳的脚步。
She put poison in the milk, and we are still doing that.
他在奶中放了这个毒药，我们仍然在这么做。
So we should decide what we want.
我们应该选择想要什么。
So if you got a Hare Krishna farm somewhere, you support the farm, you can ask for a few grihasthas can get together. We are available. We can give you 3 acres and they can farm and then give it to the temple and give it to the grihasthas. No problem.
所以比如说在这个地方呢，如果有居士过来，我们可以很容易的就给他们3公顷的土地，他们就可以做自己的。
And in modern day, they are doing vertical farming. They are doing so many types of farming. You can even do it in your city if you want.
现在有很多不同的方法，像是垂直农业，我不太了解垂直农业有很多不同的农业方式。
So better to spend your day. The husband, of course, he can go to work. At least the wife should stay back in the house and she can do vertical farming.
丈夫呢可以去工作，但是至少妻子可以留在家里面，像他
we are going to do a program by which people in the apartment, they can do farming. That means one family does one type of like brinjal, the other one can do ladies' fingers. Then in that way they can barter trade. They can do it in their balconies.
我们现在是在推出一个项目，在大家的城市里面可以去种植，比如说有一家可以种植这个秋葵，另外一家可以种植茄子，大家可以互相交换蔬菜。
So that will inspire everyone, and then you can give that to the deities. You can go to the temple, give some of your produce to the deities.
你自己产的蔬菜，你也可以把它供奉给庙里的神像。
So if you want to do it, you can. Just a matter of you getting together and making a plan.
如果你们想做的话，是可以实现的，只是问题大家聚在一起去获得一块土地。
So that will be like a hybrid city and a farm.
这个就会成为像是农村和城市的一个融合的。
And then Hare Krishna, and read all of Srila Prabhupada's book and see what's written about the farm.
阅读他的书，看他在书里面是怎么提到文化。
You are living in the city.
住在城市的，
Many devotees are there.
有很多
Only you.
你的城市只有你一个附近者吗？并且我
So you can plan. You'll be the first to do that if you can get together and do that.
你们可以聚在一起计划，如果你们能够做的话，这会是第一波可以做的。
They say the best cook is first you, second is your mother, third is the wife.
他们说最好就是你自己先实践起来，然后你的母亲、你的妻子。
So the best is you plant and you chant. We are doing a program since we didn't do Hare Krishna Kirtan just now. So I'm inviting Maharaj to initiate our program. We're going to do chant and plant.